Morning, everybody. Hope you guys are all doing fantastic. Just a reminder, everything we're about to do is just for educational and entertainment purposes only. We do not trade with live funds, and this is strictly just used to demo and paper trade. All right. Should be able to see my charts now. Hope you guys are doing great. I'm going to send a couple of tags just to everybody on our Discord. Jeff, good morning, bud. Hope you're doing well. Excited to be on here with you guys today. That we've had activated earlier, letting them run at the moment. I'm going to go send some links. If you guys have any questions as you're trickling in, just let us know. But let me go do some tags. All right. Just tag in Discord right now. Give me a second. Come on. And then we will be off to the races. Last one, and we are good. All right. So currently we are in active shorts on the True Algo system. The short activation happening right around London Open. And right now there is zero reason to not be in the current short positions. At the moment, the play has run 9 handles on the ES. I think it was 36 on the NQ, 44. So 44 handles on the NQ. But neither one of these moves so far have gone our full averages. So the goal here is we are trying to go 87 ticks on the ES, which is roughly 22 handles right here. And then on the NQ, it's a big move, trying to go almost 100 handles. 92.5 handles would be 370 ticks. So that's where we're trying to run. And then what we'll do is we'll start checking for some confluence to see if the plays look good as we get closer and closer to the New York session open. Cameron, for penny stocks, you can request and we can add it. So we tend to only cover like about 30 or 40 of the bigger stocks that are out there. But if you join the group, our team can add certain things that you want. So if you want penny stocks added, we can look at adding them for you. And then True Algo members, I'm going to put the stats up for our daily scalps and beacon targets for today because they're still active, and I'll put on here the probability of us getting to them. The system will load it in just a second and we'll be able to see it. So just wait 1 second while those pop up. You'll see that we'll have a dashboard right here, and there we go. So right here, we have the True Algo beacon and scalp target. And then if you look up here, it tells you today's day 1. That's the day that they were created. You can see they were created True Algo members because it matches the length of the daily box. There's an 85% chance. So we'll just put the note here. That looks good for our shorts too, right? So 85% chance New York will hit this mark today. And I can't spell the word chance, sorry. So 85% chance that that's going to get hit. The NQ also has one available right here. And then that one is the daily scalp target, 80% chance. So on this one, we can mark that out together as a group. Move this down out of the way. And that would be 80% chance, good chances. And then US 30 over here on the right is, I have this in the middle. I'm going to move it to the top. Put the weeklies back on as well. We have a weekly version. I'm going to just move this back up to the top right. But it says right here there is 87% chance. Ooh, that's a good thing too. 87% chance that US 30 is going to get to the lower one. That one right there. 87. So we first got to get to this one here, right there. And then the True Algo members, this right here, that 147 points on US 30, that is the average win as well. So that takes us all the way to the other side of the box. And so let me put this right here. This one is 85%. And it's the same as the US 30. So that works great. So as far as right now, the shorts do look good. So we should be okay. And then over here on, as we start checking for, checking for confluences, the SPY over here is neutral at the moment. Try to draw my N. The QQQ is neutral. So those are telling us not to be aggressive on the ES and NQ and US 30. And then even the Russell right now is also neutral. And then down here on the Russell, it has a beacon target. This one has an 84% chance. So 84% chance. And there we go. So those are the main index features that we watch. SPY, QQQ, neutral, Russell, neutral, bearish on ES, bearish on the NQ, bearish on US 30, and then more importantly for right now, the SQQQ is neutral. So again, 3 of the New York things are telling us to be neutral at this point. Microsoft, Amazon, Apple, and Nvidia are the stocks that we watch right now. Amazon is neutral. Microsoft is neutral. Nvidia is neutral. And then we're left with lone Apple, which is currently telling us to look for calls at New York Open. Excuse me. Silver had a winning short from earlier today. Almost got to the full average of 60 points. It's almost there. It missed it by about a tick or two on this last candle. But down here, it's in a new short confirmation. This is what the average move looks like on silver. And so now currently in retracement. Gold is in retracement as well. Oil had a sniper entrance. That first activation right here. Very small take profit. Very close stop loss. Remember, True Algo members, the goal is to revert the position into a 1.6, 1.8, 2.0. And if you waited for that close in retracement, it's a 3.8 R in our favor now to get to just take profit 1. So that's what we'll be looking to get out of that position. Forex has been going really great. The shorts that were activated earlier on the euro continue to flood, and the longs on DXY continue to flood. So it looks gorgeous. Right now, the euro 2 is 100% win rate. Hasn't lost today. 1 win, 2 win, 3 win, 4 wins. The euro is 4 for 4. So going fantastic. And then crypto side, currently we just had a new one activate. Bitcoin is in a bullish confirmation, trying to get up here. ETH is already in a bullish confirmation from earlier with Bitcoin. I was just waiting for Bitcoin to activate a new one to get up to this box. And then at the moment over here on the right side, Tether is in a bearish confirmation supporting the ideas. So that's what we're watching on the crypto side. So yeah. Yes, Cameron, on our website, there is a full list. Just, I'll post the website right here for you. Give me 1 second. Also, on the website, as the team has been doing a really good job on it. They've tinkered with it. So if you're someone who, if you go to the indicators side and you're not sure which asset classes that you want to be on, or you're not sure which indicator is right for you, it will guide you through that process now. I'll give you the list in just 1 second. It's not going to let me copy and paste everything. This is part of it. Cameron, I'm posting it right here. It says it. There's too much. Let me see if I can separate them for you. So that's list 1. And then that's list 2. And then if you want stuff added, you can always make a request if you're a member. And the team can look to add it for you. Oops. And that is it. We got a new close here in 5 minutes, a little bit less than 5 minutes. And then we can look for an update. It doesn't look like any volatility is going to get injected into the market to help push us into a new position on any of the index futures or stocks. And then we still have to wait another 20 minutes for a new confirmation for all other asset classes. You can see gold now starting to push further in our favor right there. And again, True Algo members, what we teach you on all position activations, the goal is to take whatever the average position is, and then depending on where the system has the first take profit and then where your potential stop loss needs to be, you then need to revert the position into a positive RR. And so from here, if this is what the average position is going to look like on this idea, you need to turn it into a 1.6, 1.8, 2.0. And you can see we got a close right at 1.64 to be exact. That's that sniper entrance you're trying to go for. It did wick up to 2.46, and I was talking to you guys about that yesterday. About 1.92 is a sweet spot for me from a risk to reward perspective using the system. So right there, but you're not always going to get a close at that point. It's just going to be a wick. But you still got a close at 1.64 R and at least 1.92 got activated as well. And right now you're back to the break-even area. And that silver short, we've retraced 12. I just want to show you guys. Silver retraced so far 12 points right there. And then we give you the average retracement right there. Average retracement is 11. It retraced on this position 12. So about 95% accurate, even on the retracement point. And then, man, it's just euros continuing to flood shorts, man. It's just beautiful. And if you missed the first, not the first, but multiple shorts over and over again, DXY continuing to be bullish. This is the stats for the average euro win right here. So you can see we hit the first average euro win on that play. And then right now, watch this. This is the activation for the next euro play. So what the stats tell us if you're someone who takes profit too early, right here is the average win. It's telling you that the goal is for you. We had just hit take profit 1 because you got to the next box. And now you move your stop to break even and then trail your stop down to get the full average, which is right there. That's where we're trying to get to on the euro play at the moment. But again, just to show you guys on the euro side, there's been almost, I'm trying to see if it got to the average win every single time or not. It missed the full average win here by 3.5. But that's what I mean by the euro has not lost today. And then there was another short here. I think this one got exactly to the average and stopped. Yeah, exactly. Watch, right click, go to the euro. The ticks are saved. And you can see right here, I have to zoom in a little bit. I apologize. It's hard to see on the screen. Right there is that final wick. And then it reverses out. So that's what I meant by the euro is 4 for 4 today. Now tracking this current idea. You'll see the pound will look similar too, because the euro and the pound follow each other. You'll see that the pound is shifted on the bear side too. And just seeing if True Algo caught it. Did True Algo put a box here? We don't repaint. So like the boxes printed this last night, and then you use that to guide yourself. And there was a new short right here, right there. And so this is the average move here on the pound. If you're a Forex trader, hold on, that's not the right one. That one. So that looks good on the pound side. In order for it to traverse to the next box, it has to go the full average. So that's what you're trying to get to. You also have the daily beacon and scalp target, just like we do on the indexes, and 82% chance you will get here. 78.7% chance you'll get to the average, which is the second one below. Just had that new close. Again, like I was telling you earlier, on the stock side, there is no new confirmation. So what you see, N means neutral. Apple is in a bullish confirmation. We use this to help track the index futures. SPY is still neutral. All these are still neutral. And the indexes shouldn't have budged very much. And they have not. That's why I'm talking a whole bunch about the Forex play, because the other ones are either neutral or just not moving at the moment. You're welcome, Cam. Good morning, West. Sometimes I don't talk as much. Just don't want to talk your guys' ears off. I want to save my voice. And if nothing's going on, I don't want to be just meandering as I'm talking. Gonna move back over to that Euro side. If you're a CFD trader, we have that version as well. It won't be exactly the same as the futures because the futures, for any of you guys, like the futures is superior data. And so like you can see the box area is still in the same place. There wasn't a new short activation on the Euro, but you can see here, we just hit the full average win on that one. And then you're trying to see if we can get a new short activation for you CFD folks. But again, we highly suggest if you're someone who's like on a prop firm or something like that, when you're practicing, you might need to activate using the Euro charts, like the CFD version, but you should just put a side-by-side of the 6 series because this is going to be more reliable. And then you just use your activations on your CFD. You don't even need the boxes to be on the CFD side. Just use the boxes on the future side. You see how like the boxes look like they're different? Again, that tells you how different your CFD brokers are from everything else. Crypto currently in retracement. Just clicking around real fast. And now we wait. True Algo members, reminder that yesterday I went on live 2 times. Again, right around, 11:30 a.m. when New York tends to consolidate a whole bunch. So just always have your alerts on in our Discord in case I jump on for a second or third time to help you guys out. I'm going to try to zoom in a little bit more on these plays. They're so far out. And really quickly, let's look at the New York session yesterday. So we'll have today's date is the 9th. NYSE target above. Also have one below. Man, the sessions are so small. True Algo members, today is our macro stream, so I'll see you guys on there tonight for another stream update. But one of the things that we'll be talking about is how small the New York, just both sessions are, but the New York session specifically, we're very close to getting a massive trending day sometime between now and the next 72 hours. And I'm excited for it when it gets here. Yeah, man, just a tiny session. All we're doing right now is just tracking the 2 more potential targets for this New York session. So True Algo members, if you guys want to add these 6516 on the ES, 6490 on the bottom side of the ES, you can see the NQ has the same version. I really, really like the 2 bearish ones because they match the targets, the actual beacons and scalp targets with the chance that we have on them, the percentage chance. And then we can mark the US 31 as well. The US 31, they're both on the bearish side. Don't need to mark it because we're already in that activation. But both of the US 30 targets are like here and way down there, which would be fantastic because that would be 2x the average win if it gets all the way down to the bearish side. I'll take it. So if you guys want to add those extra targets like I have, those are specific to the New York Open, by the way. The stream tonight is 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, and if you miss it, don't worry. It'll be recorded and put on the website for you guys to watch at your leisure. And then Glory, if I didn't say hi, hope you're doing well. I know you're usually on these with us, so hope you've been doing fantastic since the last one. Keep checking on gold and silver to see if they're putting in a new low. Euro's taking a bigger profit at our box right here. DXY simultaneously taking profit too at the box at the high side. And now we wait for the next close, everybody. if any of you guys decide to join us today or join the actual group, we'll make sure that you're in for that live stream tonight. We'll be covering the macro markets using the system, as well as some strategy things, because we just had a major update that we pushed out on Sunday from our stats that come with every positional asset that we're practicing on. I can show you guys what I mean too, just showing you real quick yesterday while we're waiting for this play to develop. So this is what happens when you don't have the previous day on. So let the system load here. Actually, we can just do this. Typical Monday, whole bunch of consolidation. You've seen all those videos where people just do this with no system on there, and they're like, what would you do? Is it going to go up or go down? And it's totally random, right? And they're cherry picking. We don't cherry pick here. I just want to be clear. Look down at the bottom of my screen. It's September 8th. It's yesterday. And our system doesn't repaint. So you can see we never hit a box on US 30. And we did finally during the New York session, right before New York opens, the US 30 pops this box at 9 a.m. That's a valid bullish confirmation. And then this is the average move on US 30. You'll hear me keep saying that, and what do I mean? So if you look over here, like I was saying earlier, 147 points is the average win. You can see that up here. And then the average retracement is 38 points. So that means on average, you can expect price to retrace to that point so it doesn't scare you out of your position. The stop loss, typically the play becomes a loss at 90, and that's where that is. And you can see we do extend our stop loss below the box. So that means it looks like a normal position. So from a sizing perspective, this is a good place to size like normal, not to be fearful of the position. And then from here, just want to make sure it's over this way now. You can see that first candle in our favor, and I don't think this one even retraces. It just goes straight to our take profit. And if these are all 15-minute candles, and I want to show you, think about people who take profit too quick if you're that person or something like that. And you see how we didn't hit this, and if you're a fair value gap trader or something like that, you can see that hasn't been fully filled. We're exact here, so we don't play with numbers and we fudge them. It says 147 ticks. You can see we haven't hit that yet. So if you jump out of your play early, now you missed out on another 20 to 30 points on that idea. You see it, 50 points. And from here, now take profit, trail your stop loss, but you've already got your 147 points yesterday that was predicted, and then watch what happens. Once we hit that average, now plays will start to retrace. Traders will think that the gap has now been filled, and now we're going to short. And price then comes right back to the same entrance area. So if you're a gap trader, you can use that to get down. And then we end up going the entire way to the next box until the day is done. But the most important thing is trying to use these stats so we hold our wins longer, so that when we do have losses, because you will, there is no such thing as a perfect win rate on anything, and don't let anyone pretend that there is. You need to be mechanical in your ideas. Our new update in our new algo that just got pushed out really allows the members to have a higher amount on their average wins, which is what we're trying to do here. Most people take profit too fast and hold their losers too long. Five minutes from that next close, and we'll get a close on everything to update. It doesn't look like pretty much anything is going to change except for the Forex side. Again, really, really big take profits now. You can see there's no reason for the euro to stop here. I mean, you guys can insert whatever concepts you want, okay? Whether you're talking about market structures change, order blocks being filled, whatever it is. But it's nice to have this box there beforehand so you can see that take profit being hit. And then that's where we take profit. Take profit 1 is the box or the average, whichever comes first. And then take profit 2 is the opposite of one of those two. Thanks for your words, ballers. We appreciate it, buddy. We will continue to try to do our best to help set you guys up for success, and then provide these live streams to help support you guys on live candles. I'm going to be just a little bit quiet while I wait for this candle to close. Sorry for the silence. It's always weird not talking a whole bunch, but I just don't want to waste. If there's nothing to listen to at the moment, there's nothing to listen to. We do have that next close here in about 2.5 minutes. Again, doesn't seem like there's going to be much volatility injections till that New York Open. So the next 30 minutes is going to be a little boring. So feel free to go grab your favorite beverage while we wait for that New York Open to pop. Two minutes from that next close. Sometimes I start making random noises just so people know that I'm still here and the audio's working. Man, look at that take profit on the euro. It's nuts. I'm trying to move the position over just so you can see it. So cool, man. Leave this on. I'm trying to see some other ones, see if there's any other plays. Put on the 6 series for the Aussie. The Aussie should be flipping bearish too, or flipped bearish earlier. Again, seeing if True Algo puts some boxes right here, or if we're in a consolidation area in a bigger box. And nope, you do have bearish confirmations on the Aussie. So it does look like Forex is going to be bullish. Sorry, I don't want to confuse. DXY is going to be bullish. That means the Forex side, if it doesn't start with USD, so take the Aussie, take the Euro, take the Pound, they're all going to be on the bearish side of price action right now. I mean, even the New Zealand will be looking for shorts. So you're going to see pretty consistent. So if you're someone who wants to trade Forex, or you do, and maybe you have some inconsistencies, as long as DXY is bullish from our system, you should see pretty much everything else be bearish. And then if you trade the UJ or the UCAD because they start with USD, those things, because, sorry that it's not showing. What's going on? Like trading views glitching at the moment. Come on. I will let the Forex show up in just a second. Just had a new close, and we'll get back to that and I'll update it. Just want to show you so that you guys know that nothing's changed, and so that stress levels can be lower. We are still in the same short activation on the ES. Just had a brand new candle print. We are still short. The NQ, we are still short. You can see the activation. You don't got to keep changing your flip-flopping your positions over and over and over again. The US 30, you are still short. And if you're someone who's actively not in the US 30, again, this is the average we're trying to get to. Take profit 1 is going to be that first box. And so now as price retraces, any of those couple of candles right here offer a 2R or more, because if it keeps continuing to retrace, as it gets closer to the stop loss and you get fearful, but if the candle closes there, it offers a really good opportunity to maximize your risk to reward. Most people will teach you to your risk to reward should be something like this when you start trading. And I just want to make sure you know it's a great concept to teach new traders because it makes people think that they're going to win so much amount of money. But this is a lie, because 99, not even 95, 99% of traders can't handle 7 losses in a row before they ever win one play. And that's what this is saying. Whenever you see if someone says they have an 8R or a 10R, an 11R, just take whatever that is, and then it means that you're okay losing that amount before winning one time. And again, most traders couldn't ever handle that. So again, if you can be real mechanical about getting a 1.6, a 1.8, a 2.0R, it's very, very favorable long-term, as long as the asset or strategy you're using has a positive win rate, which over time our system does. And we'll put that theory to the test today. Cameron, if you've been in markets that long, why don't you just come, like, I'm not going to try to sell you on BS. That's the one thing that these people can tell you we don't do here. Just hop over to the Discord and then shoot me a DM or just message in the Discord, and then I'll reach out to you on there and just tell me what you tend to be on, and I'll let you know if the system works, because the system doesn't work for everybody. We understand statistics, we use them, and we know the system ain't going to work for everybody. So if you use certain things and they're not working for you, or you're just looking for consistency on what you're trying to do and our system can help you, I'll tell you the truth. And if not, I will gladly say, no, this is not the right system for you, but maybe it can be the thing that can get you that little breakthrough of struggles. But the biggest thing is if you need help live, like what I'm doing right now, we do this almost every single day. And sorry, I need to update all the rest. 1 second. See, we're getting some more follow through on the shorts at the moment. US 30 as well too. And then these are neutral, but we want them to push downwards because they're going to help support the ES and NQ shorts, because these are the non-futures versions of the ES and the NQ. So if you didn't know that, you can write that down as well. SPY is the non-futures version of the ES. QQQ, which almost nobody uses, is the non-futures version of the NQ. And they will help support your ideas. Russell, you guys are heading to our 84% chance we'll clear this, and we just got another big drop. And there you go, baby. Let's go. You guys remember the person earlier who was talking about like the stops look large, and I get that. Just remember, a lot of you guys were duped where you previously came from. I can't stress this enough, man, that like you were taught something like this. This doesn't work long term because most people can't handle losing 7 times or 6 times before they win once. Okay? The goal is to learn how to manage risk through the play that's moving live. And so on here now, True Algo members, the current position has moved 14 handles or 57 points. And then on the NQ play now with that bigger drop, 224 ticks or 56 handles. Reminder, most of you guys watching, if you're not a member here, you probably take profit at 5 or 10 handles. So right now, this has moved 5 or 10x your average win. We'll keep watching that as it develops. See if we can get some nice follow through. True Algo members, you guys can have a really, really big win to start your Tuesday, and then we can get off here and enjoy our day. Let's go, man. There's some more follow through on the ES. I really want you guys to think about that. Like, I'm not trying to pick on the person who said that earlier, Tony. Like, I don't know who he is, but I don't have anything wrong with what he says. I know most people say that, but you guys gotta understand, our True Algo system, we're not like every other indicator you guys have dealt with. Like, they all have the same momentum. Everyone is stealing someone else's concepts now without me saying their name, and they're repackaging it into a group of indicators because the whole momentum and RSI and those things aren't working for the average retail trader. We don't do that stuff. So when you see us and you jump on for a second, you're like, oh, those stops look too wide. Well, you have no idea how our system works yet, or how we teach people how to use retracement to get into their entrances, or the point when you are always terrified of getting in your position, that's when you start to size heavier, and then you quickly can shift the profit into your favor. But again, it's all talk. You guys are watching the plays develop right now. Most of you, the biggest thing right now is, even just on the current candle that we've been live, this single candle, ask yourself what your average take profit is. True Algo, the average take profit is 92 handles. That's almost 400 ticks. This single candle has gone 40 handles. Most retail traders, you guys barely net 5 to 10 handles because you're in constant scalper mode, which never builds consistency long term. And then we're getting some take profits now on the initial drop because, as you can see here, SPY has gotten to our first target, and then Russell, we still have a little bit further to go down at least because the Russell needs to pop its target. Silver just hit its take profit. You guys saw one of our members, West. And then just like clockwork, it pops our box, and then there's a take profit. Gold is still in retracement at the moment, but silver got to that. Also, oil got to take profit 1 too. So I want to show you real quick. 78 points, True Algo members. It hasn't run the full average because the full average is 83 points on oil, but that's from the initial entrance. So we could go a lot further on oil, but you have hit take profit 1 on the idea. So nice win on oil. I just want to take count. That's 1 win on oil, 1 win on silver. To me, I don't think you can have these plays be a loss, but that's up to you. We'll just say that these are neutral at the moment. And then the euro has won twice. By the way, the New Zealand has actually loaded now. And you can see how consistent we are on Forex, that because DXY was confirmed bullish, everything that does not start with USD is bearish, and they're all currently in winning plays. Remember, the euro was 4 for 4 today. Getting some nice follow through on Apple to help support shorts. Apple's the only one that's bullish. So for New York Open, it's still telling us to look for calls for you options folks. But we want this to push down because all of our index futures are in shorts. Big take profit on that current play. Again, 56 handles at this moment for that initial drop from the London Open activation. 14.25. Adam, you are correct, buddy. Congrats, JT. And then 5 minutes away from the next close. And then New York is 2 closes away, 20 minutes. You can see that SPY cleared that daily beacon right here. 80% chance. I think it was like 78 or 79. It updates in real time, the beacons and scalp targets as they get cleared. So I think it was 78%. But that's one of the reasons why price is taking profit right now, is the non-futures version has clipped that. I would love Apple to just absolutely tank before New York Open, help all those shorts that you guys have active play out. Gold, folks, just be careful because silver can power into long positions here and cause continued retracement on the gold idea. crypto folks about to get into a big bearish reversal here. So that would be a potential loss. Remember, we don't hide from losses. If ETH closes here, that'll be a bearish confirmation. Bitcoin could then provide a new bearish confirmation, Tether bullish confirmation. And as long as you don't stress the fact that you lost and you can be mechanical, we could then get into potential monster shorts. And this could be the high. Because remember, True Algo members, tonight is the big day. As soon as the Asia session opens, we have now hit total threes target, and that's when the altcoin market is supposed to stop. So make sure you guys can check out the macro stream tonight that we have. Lots of information coming. And now we awkwardly wait for 3 minutes for the next close. I am still here, just waiting for us to get closer to that close here in 2 minutes. I know it might be weird for those of you that are not members that have that silence, but try not to talk if it's not needed. The True Algo members will tell you, though, I do talk a lot. I mean, this could be one of those times too, but I don't really feel the need because they can see the position where the only time I will talk a lot is when I'm trying to distract people from closing their positions too early. But because New York's not open and the volatility is going to be lower, I don't really feel the need to do that at the moment. But if New York was open, I would be talking a lot to help distract them from closing their shorts too quick. US 30 is on the 15-minute time frame. Excuse me. Doesn't look like anything is about to change. Except for, well, metals, you have that close further away. Same thing with crypto. Those of you guys on oil, try to, I mean, I don't really know if it's worth, here, hold on. The initial position is here. So remember, oil folks, we did this yesterday and we got to the new average. That's the old position on oil. And then here's the new updated algo on oil. So this is where that full take profit would hit on oil. Take profit one being the box. That's where we're trying to get. And then yesterday, remember, it happened with the shorts over here. I can show you guys what I mean. Show previous day. You'll see that there's a short right here, I believe. It's loading. Just give it a second. Yeah, right there's that active short. And then here's the average for you. Right there. Again, so holding through that box to get to the full take profit. And it gave you more. Gave you about 8 ticks more on the candle close if you held it. But, I mean, you still got 83 points. That's plenty. And so now I'll get rid of this. So on the current play, the goal is to get to there. So what do you do on a live situation? I just broke it, sorry. You need to trail your stop loss. So like stop loss could be at break even, or you trail your position to where these candles are formed through here or the start of the next box so that you can try to get up to this full take profit or just fully close your position. I mean, it's up to you. The goal is just to try to net more so we stop closing things too quick. Remember, gold folks, that silver can be reversing the play right now for gold. We'll update you guys today, West, as we're working through it together as a team. Just had a brand new close for index futures, folks. We are still in a bearish confirmation on the ES and in the NQ from the initial idea. US 30, folks, you are still in a bearish confirmation. You're right back at to the initial, anywhere like in the initial entrance area from these candles that have closed below that box. And US 30 is going to change here, by the way, in 15 minutes, because I'll talk about that when we get closer to it. We are still neutral on SPY, neutral on the QQQ, neutral on Russell, neutral on the SQ. So it just means that candles are not going to power in a single direction. Neutral on Amazon, neutral on Microsoft, neutral on Nvidia. Apple is the only one that's bullish at the moment. So that's Apple's going against the grain. You're seeing a little bit of green candles now forming on Microsoft and Apple, which are going to help bring the indexes up a little bit here, potentially. Gold is in retracement. Nothing has changed on these plays. If you're in oil now, it's starting to tick down further. There's a high probability that your stop loss would already have been hit. Again, got to think realistically. So, Daniel, I know you're not one of our members. The process should be a little bit more simplified the longer that you're here or you watch our videos. So this box above, you're just waiting for a bearish candle to close below once it's been hit. And so that means it's short. And we don't change. Like, it stays short until you lose. And when do you lose? Not based off of money or that type of stuff, the way you guys are taught other places. You lose when it closes above here, because then you're supposed to go long. And it has to close with a bullish candle above. I mean, you can see here, this is like what you want. This is usually the time when most traders are absolutely terrified from their position, because, I mean, there was a short activation literally in the Asia session. Stop loss has to extend above the box. Take profit one is right here. But we teach people retracement. That's why we have the average retracement included in the stats. And then we also try to teach them to create their positions to make them into a 1.6, 1.8, 2. R. So every one of these candles, if you woke up later in the day, like if you don't trade the Asia session, any one of these is a valid entrance to go short when it's in the box. And like you were saying, this is where most people are terrified of losing, so they won't enter in the box. But the box is a retracement area for you to get in, especially if you weren't awake for the initial position. But US 30, ES, and NQ are going to continue to only be bearish to us for this session until we close above the box. See if Russell can come clear this target out. It'll help pull some indexes down. And that New York opening bell is going to be in 10 minutes, everybody. You'll see I'll keep flipping back and forth from the stocks. As we get closer to New York Open, especially Apple and Microsoft, the candles will get larger as the bigger entities are going to be sizing their positions. And that can usually be a little bit of a tip of what the ES and NQ might do here at New York Open. Could get a nice reversal here right at New York Open. Everybody watch this. Now that DXY is played out, you can see DXY now, after taking profit, is now having a bearish candle form. It has to close. It'll close at New York Open. Close below that box. Now DXY is bearish. And then you're targeting down here. So it will look something like this. And then over here on the Euro side, there's a problem because the Euro if it hits this box, you have to remain neutral. So what does that mean if you're a Forex trader? Don't watch the euro. Just watch something else. And so now, I'm going to hide you from the channel if you keep posting the same message, buddy. Again, for the Forex folks. Oops, keep typing the wrong word. I'm just trying to see if the pound is going to offer a better bullish reversal. It's not. You can check the euro versus the pound. That's not going to offer a better reversal. So now we look at the UJ and the UCAD. Because so the UJ and the UCAD should match DXY. So looking for a potential short right here. It's already in a short activation, but it's not going to offer a new one at New York Open, so that's not going to help those folks. The UCAD looks like it might be the winner if there's a box right here. So you can, boom. So you just have to flip through a couple assets, and you see how this is the DXYs over here, and this is the UCAD. The UCAD starts with USD, therefore it moves the same as DXY, and you just have to flip through a couple of assets. You want to find the one, if you're not in a play, that's going to be most like its confluence asset to then take a high probability. So that means there's going to be a potential short here on the Canadian that we can use in our favor versus the other ones that are in a consolidation area. So just watch the UCAD for potential reversal. ES and NQ plays going even better. Let these shorts flood in so we can get there. Currently at the moment, again, silver has hit a full take profit on our win. Not a full take profit, but our average box being touched and now flipping out. And then gold is still in a retracement area. Morning, Zuv. Hope you're doing well. New York's about 6 minutes away. See if that injection volatility will kick in and get to our targets. For some reason, the beacon is not loaded. Apologies about that. There we go. By the way, for some reason, the beacon's turned off. I guess TradingView is just being dumb and not liking YouTube today. Just want to show you. That way you guys know it's not BS as you were with me here earlier today. The first set of beacons and scalp targets, that's why we put this on the chart. Remember, we literally started the stream with today. So anyone who's in here now, like start the stream over and you will gladly see right here that we talked about there's an 85% chance that the short position we had activated will get here. And that's literally where they took profit at. You see it? It's really cool. But look, the NQ still hasn't been cleared. So the NQ is still telling us 80% of the time you will go lower to clear this target out for New York Open. We'll see if we get it. But that 85% chance on the ES was cleared. Sorry that the beacons and scalp targets TradingView for some reason glitched out and wasn't showing it at the moment. US 30, you still have an 85% chance that it will come and clear that one out. Again, for the shorts to hold. And I'll talk to you guys here in a little bit just about some of the issues you might face at New York Open based off of US 30 and the NQ being the same confirmation as each other. Russell looks like it's getting ready to come down and hunt that target over here on the right side of my screen. I do like that all the stocks are currently in a red candle. We want shorts to flood in to help our indexes win out. Gold retracing further as silver is I'm going to move this off because silver's already done. And crypto holding strong. Bitcoin still holding on to its long position. As is ETH. If ETH still holds and closes above that box, it's still in a long confirmation. This is the retracement point to enter in. But Bitcoin is still holding strong. You can see some take profits happening from that True Algo beacon and scalp target. And then we're about 4.5 minutes from New York Open. Excuse me. And we're about 2 minutes away from Apple and Microsoft kicking into gear. And what Lay is talking about is that if just so you guys are aware, and he is correct. If silver doesn't close above this box and silver stays here or closes below it, then the potential sniper entrance that you're going to get here on gold is worth the risk to reward, because that's what you're looking at. That would be a $27 move on gold. And over the next 2 minutes, if it closes higher and higher, you're just increasing the potential reward in your favor as we're waiting for that candle to close. Also, True Algo members, note that gold is at the weekly and daily stack as well. It's really hard to break this area, and if we do break it, you're going to trend bullish, and we are going to continue to put in new all-time highs for gold. Silver is above the box right now, currently lay, so that would be a bullish confirmation, not a bearish confirmation. You can see Microsoft starting to kick into gear. That's going to make the indexes push upwards. You see the bullish candle forming right here, middle right. And you can see green, green, green at the moment on the current candle. True Algo members, we haven't gone the full average of the new stats, but just a reminder, with the old stats, you've already gone over 50% of the move. But even here, the average is 370. We've gone 225. Make sure that you are protecting your position when New York opens so that you don't turn into a loss. As again, both on the ES and the NQ, especially with that beacon and scalp target, because markets right at New York open could do something like this, clear this New York target I have right here, and then come and do this. And that would be beautiful from a risk to reward perspective too. But if it instead shoots up through it, you don't take this loss. There's no reason to take a loss like that when we've already traveled 50 points minimum on the NQ. So listen to me real quick. New York is getting ready to open here in less than 2 minutes. And this is really, really important. During New York open, the first 45 minutes of New York, US 30 right here, and the NQ are going to diverge from each other. The biggest issue I foresee, and then members, for you guys to be aware about it, because this is a sizing thing now. As New York's about to open, I want to protect myself. If I know that they're going to diverge and they're both confirmed bearish, one of them is going to lose, or one of them is going to heavily retrace while the other one goes to its take profit. If you're aware of that, you can protect yourself so that you don't sit there and eat a major loss, or you take profit, or you secure something now. You don't want to then turn a winning position into a losing position, and that's an edge you have in your favor, that these two will sit there and they will diverge from each other, okay? The Russell will help US 30, whatever US 30 decides to do, but the problem is the Russell is neutral. It's not telling you if it wants to do anything. The QQQ is neutral. The SPY is neutral. The SQ is neutral. So therefore, that's not going to project any type of move that the indexes want to do. And lastly, before New York opens, we are still in a bullish confirmation on Apple. We are neutral on the other three. So the other three stocks are telling us to remain neutral for New York. So most things are neutral. And as you can see, someone just said that they won on copper. So congratulations, Zev. I'll put that up here. You guys see the big retracement right now on the NQ, and look at US 30. That's what I mean by, like, you can expect this divergence where US 30 starts to push down, and now the NQ is pushing up back to the entrance area. So as long as you can expect that, you can stop being so fearful about that live candle opening. See if the Russell popped that. The Russell, by the way, did just pop the beacon right there. So 84% chance, told you guys that we would clear that, and now that has been done. And then move this out of the way. As Lay was saying, this is one of those times that, like, I can't support the second entrance. You're welcome to, and the reason why I can't support it is because silver just confirmed in a long position. Oil's now done, by the way, from closing below the box. But that's what you're looking at. If you're managing your risk, guys, I think that's a fantastic position. And also, True Algo members, before I move off of gold, be aware, True Algo will help gold set the all-time high. This is the weekly box. It's been here since Sunday. So this is where True Algo is saying to you, there might never be another new all-time high this week or weeks going forward on gold until you close above this box. So from a risk to reward perspective, if that's worth it to you. Think about that. Apple's calls played out right at open. You guys can see on that current candle. Sorry, index folks, I'm forgetting to come back over. US 30 is now retracing against the play, and then the NQ pushing back down from the initial entrance area. You can see US 30 is retracing, NQ holding, still getting that divergence. We just need the ES to power this down. We want the NQ to do this. That's what we want. To get us that full 90 handle win. Gold's trickling up right now too. We did get a bearish confirmation for the UCAD over here. Where's the, this is the, nope, sorry, it's this one. Boom, that's the average win on the UCAD, 1.6R. And by the way, crypto and True Algo did its job. Bitcoin held its longs. And ETH, we talked earlier to you guys about potentially that we might lose on the ETH play, and then it could confirm shorts for everything. And instead, it held strong. You have to close below the box. If not, this is a retracement, and now potentially that crypto will hold. We're getting some bullish movement on all indexes now. Russell has now popped the box. True Algo members, there's a potential that Russell could get into the only one that would get into a long position here in 12 minutes, similarly to yesterday. What's it called? Microsoft has hit the box above and it's starting to short. That's good for the shorts. Only problem is over here on Amazon, it's holding low. And then obviously Apple is bullish, which is going to make those plays struggle a little bit. True Algo members, hopefully you're understanding what I mean about protecting your position. All we're doing is floating right now from the initial entrance on shorts, so it's no big deal. But at the moment, you're just, again, be in protection mode so that you don't take a loss up here if we break up. And then I'll try to pop up what Zuv is saying about our system with copper. Copper looks like it's very range bound, which means it could just be bouncing in between our boxes nicely. I'll let that load. I'll stay over here on the indexes since they're still moving. For any of you guys that are not in anything, going into the New York session now that we're in it, you could get into another activation on US 30. So this could be a new short for those of you that are not in the short on US 30. And this is what... what's it called? Zuv was talking about. Man, good call too, Zuv. That's beautiful. Massive win. There's 3 wins on copper with no loss. And we do provide the stats on copper. So this is short number 1. And by the way, full average win hit. It actually gets to the box as well, followed by a new long. And as you can see on here, full average hit, plus a little bit extra, and then into a new short. This one I don't think hits the average, or it's really close. This one gets to the next box, almost gives you the full average, misses it by about 12%. And then from there, right here. So 4 for 4 on copper today with no loss. And you just, like, to the tick too, man. Like, look, the literal tick. You know, people talk about that? Like, it is to the tick. And now they're taking profit. And the cool thing is, like, you can see the average win is right here, but that box is your first take profit. Really good job. Oh, good job, XP, man. I'm happy for you, bud. Because I know you're usually like an FDAX person, but good call on... By the way, guys, copper is unbelievably range-bound because of the macro drop we had from about 2 months ago. It's just literally bouncing in the smallest range possible, which is just going to give you average win after average win. NQ looking a little bit better on the current short. Still getting that divergence between NQ and US 30. Just checking everything else right now. If you're me, you want Amazon's neutral, but we want it to continue dropping shorts to get into new puts, which would help us on the indexes. I'm really liking Microsoft because Microsoft is already telling you it wants to short. Aggressive take profit on the calls on Apple. And again, if you're an options person, I mean, guys, you're talking right about open. It's a full dollar move on Apple. Okay, these are not small moves on the option chain. Nvidia is neutral. It doesn't look like it's going to help us at all. And again, and True Algo members, please listen to me, because people who don't know us, they're not going to understand as much. But for all of you guys, like, the SQ is still neutral. Listen to me. The stocks are either neutral or not giving the same confirmation. You even have a misfire because Apple's saying to be bullish when the others are bearish. They're all pushing bearish now, which I like. But 3 out of 4 are neutral. Russell is neutral. SPY is neutral. QQQ is neutral. That just means that the current plays are not going to fire very aggressively in your favor. They're going to consolidate. We had this yesterday. So while we sit here and wait and they're consolidating, you have to give time for the SPY and the QQQ to develop. And then when these stocks all confirm, either they all confirm into shorts like this, then it's time that everything is going to drop, and then you're going to have little to no retracement on the play. It's just going to drop like crazy on the indexes, which is really good because they're already telling us to short. But on the other side to that, if these all flip into long positions, this is where you have to be very protective of your idea. Remember, Apple's already long. Microsoft's about to flip bearish, so I don't think it's going to happen. But if it does this, Nvidia has way further to go. Then if everything flips in a long position from being neutral, then we look for reasons to push up. But right now that's not happening. Russell's looking really good to keep pulling down. That means US 30. Yeah, just going to be sitting in this consolidation zone. Oil, I was talking about it earlier. I apologize. I didn't write the position on the screen. This is the average win on oil. You're going to see that you have to play oil a specific way again. Watch. This is the average win. Stop loss has to be a little bit higher, but your first take profit is here. You see how this position from a risk to reward perspective is terrible. So you have to tell yourself, if you're going to play it, either barely take anything in this position because it's not worth it, or force the position to go to a 1.6, 1.8, or 2. My sweet spot is a 9, 1.92 is mine. And so you tell yourself, I am not going to take this position unless this happens. So all you're doing is missing out on potentially like 20 ticks. When the average is 80, that's why this play isn't worth taking from here. And I don't even know what I'm talking about. It hasn't closed yet. So my brain, I apologize. There is no play yet. By the way, the UCAD shorts are going great. If any of you guys took those ideas. Crypto's still holding its longs. The stocks are still meandering a little bit. You can see it on the indexes. I'm going to update everybody, True Algo, really quick on the Discord side so nobody misses what I'm saying. So give me 1 second. I'm going to update Discord. Apologies. Right now I'm on Discord because not everybody's on the live stream on YouTube. So I just want to let them know. So, and I'll talk what I'm typing to them so you guys all have it because I know most of you in here. So right now, ES, NQ, US 30 are all in bearish confirmations. The SPY, QQQ, Amazon, SQQ, which is really important. This one over here on the right. And then the Russell's looking good. That's really good to help us out for shorts. Ooh, Apple's looking good too to get into puts here as well. But at the moment, it's a neutral. So we have Amazon, Microsoft, NVIDIA, Microsoft, and I'll tell you how many this is in just a second. Apple are all currently neutral. This means the current, This means the current shorts are not going to just flood straight to your take profit. But the shorts are still good as the stocks are all looking close to flipping bearish. When they do, sorry, we'll say if they do flip bearish, you should see an immediate flood of bearish momentum on our shorts. If that happens, look to trail rather than aggressively get out of your idea. Because too many things are going to flip bearish here, guys. So I want to post that here. And True Algo members, I hope that makes sense. All I'm saying is, like, on the current ideas, because of the consolidation we're facing, and by the way, markets are very small. So I'm just combining what we talked about earlier to what I see right now, is if these stocks right here end up dropping below boxes and confirming bearish, you're starting to add up the amount of things that are bearish. The Russell is about to put in a new bearish. SPY and QQQ aren't helping, unfortunately. But if they can get down here, then that would be another reason to push bearish. You notice I keep saying the word bearish, okay? I'm not trying to be annoying. But that just means that if that happens, instead of closing my position really quickly here, it would be like potentially a smaller take profit for me so that we could let things fly. Because this could be one of those days that play, and write this down, that they run 800 handles. Like, you don't know if it's going to, and the only way to do it is to let it flood, or literally flood shorts in our favor. By the way, the US 30 has now put in a new low, and we're almost to the 85% chance mark. You guys see it? You'll get to see this one live. We'll get to it. And here comes that live hit on US 30. Watch it. There it is right there. Watch the check mark show up. And there you go. Do you guys remember? And listen, you can track it. 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 30 minutes ago on the live stream. I probably sound crazy when you're right here to tell you that there's an 85% chance you're going to get there. This is what I love about our system. It takes the guessing out of it. We can still lose, but I'll take an 85% chance in my favor. And up here, where most people are absolutely terrified of losing, that's where you start to be more aggressive, because the closer you get to your stop, the higher the reward is, the lower the risk is. And again, you can see, True Algo members, remember that message that I posted on the current sentiment on the plays that we have. You can see Amazon taking profit, Apple taking profit. I do like Microsoft, but the wicks are all forming on the bottom side, meaning buyers are trying to step in at the moment. Ethereum getting a little bit better on the current long position. It's funny, like, just look, literally took profit at the daily scalp target. It's crazy. I'm still here, by the way. About to have that next close. We've been on for an hour and 15 minutes now, so 75 minutes. I hope that I've been helpful. I'm not going to stay on too much longer. Here comes US 30 powering through now. So at the moment, if you're a US 30 trader, just watch. The next one we have is here. And then that one, it has an 87% chance. So what was 85, that updated in real time. Now here, we'll update it. There's an 87% chance that the shorts are going to keep pushing down, and you're going to get to this one on US 30. Remember that person earlier? I doubt that they're in here anymore. But those of you guys that have been here with me, listen, don't let people tell you that stops and things like that are too wide. It just means you need to learn how to manage your risk on a live candle. That's the problem with most traders. They're sold on this dream that if you do this and you manage your risk like this, you are going to be the best trader ever. I can personally guarantee you, I will say this. I don't want to speak for other people, but I will guarantee you this. I will tell you that 99, not 95, 99% of traders could never handle losing 13 times in a row before ever winning one time with the 13R. It doesn't happen, okay? This is the way to move about live candles and managing your risk on live environments. Not in theory, not in hindsight, none of that BS. It has to be on live. I challenge you guys to go watch this back and how we manage the US 30 idea. Because when people jump in real quick and they're just like, oh, the stop is too wide. It's like, nah, man, you just don't know how to do trading the way we do it. And if trading worked the way they did it, they wouldn't be here in the first place. I mean it. We are literally here to help you change the habits that other systems sold you a lie on. Okay? And again, like you see right now, if you want help to do it live, we are here to help you do this. Almost every single day we're live. And then True Algo members, as I get ready to jump off here, please have your alerts on in Discord in case I jump on for a second time. But let these shorts continue to flood. Really, really big win on US 30. And by the way, depending on like where you guys took like your initial position on any of these candles, I'm trying to see just from like any type of average. This was the literal first one. We did hit one of the old averages of 105 points. Oh, sorry, that would get us to the next box. Never mind, we're still good. Russell sitting here just trying its best to hold markets up. We did get a bullish confirmation now on Amazon, everybody. No, I apologize. Man, my brain today. Woo. Amazon is still neutral. Microsoft, neutral. It was in calls earlier. Apple, man, what is going on with me today? So let me try this again. Amazon is neutral. Apple is now neutral. It had calls that played out at open and now it's done. This is a bigger change and this is a positive for us. Microsoft is in puts now, and you're trying to target this on Microsoft, and you can see it's already going in our favor. Again, bearish confirmation from that box. This is good for index folks because you're in shorts already, and we want the shorts to play out. You need the 4 stocks to start moving short. That will help your shorts play out. That's why we watch them. And then this is a very big thing, even though it's not confirmed. NVIDIA is still neutral. But do you see the candle? You want that to help your shorts on US 30, ES, NQ to push down. Because so when we pop back over here, you can see NQ, ES still in a short. Look at US 30 after taking profit. It's nuts, man. It's crazy. And then just watch Russell. If any of you guys are going to play the Russell, listen to me. It's very important. And I'm going to actually type this here as I say it to you guys in the market sentiments on Discord so you guys have it. If you are going to go after the potential Russell longs that might get activated in 10 minutes from this message, and I need to correct my spelling. It's bothering me on the other one. I apologize. Shorts. Sorry, I'm trying to. There we go. Fix that. I apologize. I was getting distracted trying to fix the spelling in my previous message. The longs that might get activated. So all you guys are watching this right side of the screen. In 10 minutes, if it closes above that box, it's going to be bullish. But just be aware, this is the only asset that says to be bullish. That means, from a risk perspective, I would size very small or wait for another candle to see if the other index futures assets and or stocks also say to go long. This will improve, sorry, I'm typing at the same time. This will improve the chances that Russell would become a win. So something else, True Algo members, listen to me. One way that you can play Russell if it does close above this box, but the other ones don't tell you to go long yet. And by the way, the QQQ and the ES are pushing down again as I'm talking to you guys through this. If the Russell closes above here, what you can do is enter in really small. And let's say it starts to go in your favor and then the stocks all flip bullish. Well, guess what? Maybe this is one of those times when they all confirm bullish. Now you add in. Think about that. We don't talk about that enough or at all really about adding in if you miss the initial close unless it's retracement. That could be the time to add in when it's going in your favor. And that's something that we can talk about tomorrow or tonight in the strategy session. But right now, we don't got to worry about that because the current shorts are pushing down again. So NQ looks like it's about to flood and get to our 80% chance line here in a second. And then I am going to jump off. I'm hoping, again, this is the only time I talk about hope because hope is not a strategy, that when I jump off the stream, the shorts literally, they just hit the button and it floods and all of you guys get your huge win. Super happy for you guys. I hope that I was helpful to you all. The only thing I would request is if you guys are not a member, you don't need to join. I know you got to still figure out what you want to do with your own stuff, but just jump over to the Discord. Come ask questions. Come talk to me in Otoro in a DM. We're here to help you guys. We're not like other places that try to sell you stuff. I will literally tell you if the system won't work for you, okay? If you tell me you're a 1 minute scalper and the only thing you do is scalp and you're going to need to stay on a 1 minute time frame, I'm telling you right now, our system will not work for you. So at least we don't lie to you. Like we try our best to help you. All right, man. True Algo members, I appreciate you guys. Please leave your alerts on in case that I jump on again. You'll get the alert in Discord and we'll be streaming on Discord, not on YouTube. Thank you guys. I hope I was helpful for these moves. I appreciate you.